Right, what's going on, guys? So today I'm back with another video. Just a quick pre-warning. Sorry if I don't sound too great at the moment. I feel a bit ill, so if I sound a bit rough during the video, that is why. But today we're going to be doing the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow tactics. Now, I've set this up in a way where it could counter the 5-3-2. It will work as basically a different variation of the 5-3-2. It's something that I played around with. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Obviously, it's not easy and it's something you'll have to adjust to, so please keep that in mind. But it is a lot of fun and it's a different way to play the game, so why not give it a go? Before we get into the video, if you haven't already, please go and drop me a sub, drop me a comment, drop the video a like if you do enjoy the video. It's been a crazy time over on YouTube. The love that I've received has been absolutely crazy. I mean, we broke over 2,000 subs, so thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate it. We're going to keep grinding, keep trying to upload pretty much every day for you guys, and keep up the hustle. So obviously now I guess road to 3K. Let's go, boys. So yeah, but quickly, just again, boys, come on. 87.8% of people who watch the videos are not subbed. All right, so come on, if you can, please drop me a sub. I really appreciate it. It really helps towards me, like me grinding all this stuff, and it will really help me long term. So I really appreciate it if you could do that for me. Now, let's get straight into the tactics. We're going to just dive straight in. This is how the team will be set up in game, for me anyway, with my players. You could put Rooney or Hullet at cam, but I just like Hullet at cam. He's an absolute legend, and I just love having him in a higher position. I do have Ronaldo as the left striker, though. So that is how I would play it in game. I think it may have messed around with all the positions because I just did it all for you guys. As usual, we're going to start from ultra attacking all the way down to ultra defensive. So this is the ultra attacking. So this would be if you're a couple goals down, trying to win the ball back, trying to get the game going in your favour. This is what I would be using. So you have constant pressure on the defensive style. So obviously we're just trying to press the ball. Obviously there's a lot of pros and cons to this. You can lose the ball. Obviously your players get absolutely knackered if they're running for too long. But you win the ball back in great positions, and it can definitely score you goals that you wouldn't have got in other ways. And honestly, team press is so broken anyway. Like, it will help you out in some sort of way, so I definitely advise using it. Width is on 4 for the defensive. I like 4 width. I don't like it any narrow with the narrow because the team's so narrow as it is. How many times can you say narrow in one sentence? So that is why we're on 4 width. That is the one that I'm most comfortable with in this formation, and that is what it always stays with the defensive width. As you guys always know, I always tell you guys, putting up the dial doesn't change anything. All right, what the width that you find that you're comfortable with will always be the width that you're comfortable with. All right, so just putting up the dial for the sake of just seeing it go up so it looks more aggressive, trust me, it doesn't do anything, just hinders your game. All right, boys. Now the depth is on 7. Now this is purely because we're going to be high pressing and trying to get up the pitch. So that is why we're on 7 depth, just to get the ball back. But on a normal game, in a normal setting of a tactic, I wouldn't use this if I was just starting the game. But because we're trying to win the ball back, that's why we're on 7 depth. Offensive style is fast build up. Now this is a offensive style that I actually really love with the narrow. It's something that I use on most of my tactics, to be honest, because it just works really well. We love the fast build up, and it's a great way to build up the play, counter attack. Obviously it drags people out of position and it leaves you open to a counter attack, but trust me, it is worth it, especially with the narrow. Now the width is on 2. Now some people may go the complete opposite and put them wider out, but I want them as narrow as possible. I want the quick pass in the ping pong play. I just want it to be absolutely rapid. So having that narrow width just allows you to move the ball so quickly. Obviously, it does restrict your options in wide areas, but that is why when we get to the tactics, I will show you why that happens and why we've got it on 2 width. Now, players in the box is on 7. Now, that is because we're trying to get bodies into the box. Obviously, we don't want to overcrowd it, so I never go more than 7. But 7 is what we're on because it gets the strikers in the box, gets the wide centre mids, and I think it gets the cam in as well. So then the corners are on 3. I never have them higher than that. I want to be protected on the counter attack to an extent, but I also want bodies in the box. So obviously you can adjust it if you feel like it's worth having more in the box, but I like 3. Free kicks is on 1 as well because, as I always say, boys, we're just shooting from a free kick. No need to just have everyone in the box, you know what I mean? Just people getting in the way. Now, yeah, so like I said, this has moved all my players around because I moved them for you guys at the start. But so both of our strikers are on getting behind and stay forward because we want them up the pitch. Getting behind, obviously, we all know how overpowered these stupid broken assisted through balls are. Literally, you can just hold Y and it will just chuck your player in on goal. There's not much skill to it, but it's all very overpowered, and I'm trying to help you guys win games. So abuse them, abuse the through balls, all right? So like I said, they're both on getting behind, and then we've got both of them on stay forward because we want them up the pitch and in those attacking positions. Now, my cam is on stay forward as well. We want them creating those passing triangles, the little ping pong 1-2s. The cam is the heart of the team, and especially the heart of the attack in this formation. So that is why we have him on stay forward. And then we also have him on get into the box with cross. Those wing backs will make runs and provide us with crossing options. All the wide centre mids will as well. And we want players bombing into the box and trying to score goals. Now, both of the centre mids, it is literally all unchanged. Literally, I haven't changed a thing on the ultra attacking for these wide centre mids. I don't put them on cover centre because like I said, I'm trying to counteract the 5-3-2, so I want those two wide centre mids to actually stay a bit wider and balance out the two wide centre mids in the 5-3-2. So that's why I haven't got them on cover centre, and I haven't got them on stay back because obviously we are on ultra attacking. Now I still have this CDM. I have him in drop between defenders. Now ideally I would like someone else that isn't Cancelo, maybe a road to the final Zakaria, but on this coin I'm limited with coins because the icons that I've got are untradeable. But you want someone who's a CDM that could play a centre back, so a Fabinho or a road to the final Zakaria, someone like that who can drop in between the centre back roles. But it does work. It still works really well, and it kind of does end up playing that 5-back system. That basically can counteract the 5-3-2 on defence as well. And then obviously we've got that central one on cover centre because, like I said, I want him dropping in the middle of those two centre backs, and the two wide centre mids are already covering the wide options, so there's no need to do that. So that is the ultra attacking one. Now we will go on to the attacking, which is, this would be like if you're in a draw but you feel like someone's really passive and you feel like if you press the ball and get at them you can win the ball back and score goals and beat them, but it's not the most aggressive you can be. So we're on press after possession loss. Press after possession loss on narrow is arguably the most overpowered thing in the game at the moment. In the 4-3-1-2 or the 4-1-2-1-2, it's a pretty glitchy kind of tactic to use. They just fly around everywhere and it's just impossible to stop. You see a lot of pros, I think, using the 4-3-1-2 because it is just so overpowered. So yeah, press after possession loss is really, really great. A lot of pros and cons to it, but it is just very broken on this game. Width is still on 4. Like I said, I'm not changing it. It's the width that I found most comfortable, but you guys are obviously welcome to adjust it if you feel like that is needed. And then the depth on this one, like I said, we brought it back a little bit, so we are on 4 depth. This is the depth that I found is best for me on the narrow. Obviously, some people may adjust it, and like I said, please do. These tactics are made for me, guys. They're not made for you guys, all right? They're made for me. So do what you need to, all right? Now, the offensive style is on fast build. Like I said, I love it for the narrow, and I will be using it no matter what, pretty much, apart from the ultra defensive. Just creates so many great attacking options, and it's a really, really great way to play the narrow on this game. The width is still on 2. I just generally find it is the best way to attack on this with this formation, having the width narrow. Obviously, some people will go the opposite and have it on 5 or 6, but I like 2. So just please play around with it and figure out what you like. Now we've got the players in the box slightly a bit back. Like I said, this is us trying to be a bit more aggressive, so that is why the players in the box is up a little bit compared to what the standard would be, but still less than the all-out attack. So we've got 6, so the cam and the 2 strikers push into the box. Now the corners on 2, like I said, just slightly bringing it back from the all-out attack, but still getting bodies in the box. And then we've got free kicks on 1, because as always, we're just shooting, boys. Now, both of the strikers are just on getting behind. They're not on stay forward. As I explained, getting behind is very overpowered with a broken assisted through balls. So that is why we have both of them on getting behind. And then we have the cam on stay forward still and get into the box with cross. We still want to abuse those crosses that the fullback options are going to provide us. So that is why you're on stay forward and then get into the box for the cross. Now, both of the wide centre mids will be on stay back while attacking, like they would be in the 5-3-2 with the wide centre mids. Like I said, we're doing this to counteract the wide centre mids in the 5-3-2. Like I said, this formation is a 5-3-2 counter. It's also part of the reason why we keep the centre mids on cover wing instead of cover centre. All right, boys. And then we have the DM, which is the same as the ultra attacking because I don't like to change it. It is drop between defenders and cover centre. And then both of the fullbacks are still on join the attack because I genuinely find that is a really good way to play it. Because when you are on the ball, the CDM drops into it. You play as a 3-back. The 2 fullbacks, they bomb on, and they give you guys the wide options in the narrow. That is just so fucking just amazing, really. So yeah, so that is this is the attacking. This is what I found that has just worked really well for me. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go on to the defensive, which this is the one where if I was to start the game and not do anything, this is what it would be. All right. So Defensive style is unbalanced. Now, like I said, press after possession loss is really broken, and if you do want to use this, completely understand. But I go for balance just because I'm trying to figure out how the opponent plays. I'm not trying to be too aggressive straight away. I don't want to put myself in a risky position that I don't necessarily need to be in. So that is why I'm on balance on the defensive style, but I completely understand if you want to still stick with the press after possession loss. Full width and full depth, like I said, this is what is most comfortable for me on the defensive side. For the narrow, obviously, like I said, change it if you need to, but this is what has obviously worked for me. And then fast build up on the offensive style, like I said, it works for me on all of them, so that is why I'll always use fast build up with the narrow. I think it's absolutely great. Gives you so many attacking options, and it also just works with the way the players are positioned on the pitch. It just works. I can't really tell you why. Now, width is on 2. Like I keep saying, it's the most ideal width for me in terms of the attacking options for this formation, but do whatever you need to. Players in the box is still on 6. I would be tempted to go to 5, but it just depends how attacking you want to be. I'm a lot more of an attacking player, so that's why I've gone with 6. But if you feel like you're a bit more of a passive player, 5 is for you, alright? So just do whatever you think's best. Corners is on 2, and free kicks is on 1. Same reasoning I gave before. Now, there isn't much reason for me to be going over these tactics again, because they are literally the same as the attacking ones. Like I said, there's just minor differences on if you want to be more aggressive or a bit more passive. So I'll quickly talk for it. Both of the strikers are on getting behind again to abuse the through balls. Got the cam on Staple, getting to the box for cross to help with the RBX crosses, and to get in the box to provide options for the 2 strikers. Both of the wide centre mids are on stay but while attacking, but also still on cover wing, because we're trying to counteract the 5-3-2 wide centre mids. And then you have the CDM on drop between defenders and cover centre, because we are trying to replicate that 5 at the back defence. And then we have both of the fullbacks on join the attack to give the attack some widened options, and it will counteract the fault of the wing backs on the 5-3-2. Now, we have the ultra defensive. Now, this is the one where we're a couple goals down, we're a couple goals up, sorry, or even a goal up. Last couple minutes, we're trying to defend the lead. Now, this is what I am using. It's pretty standard, pretty basic stuff, but I will quickly go through it for you guys. Defensive style is on drop back. It's genuinely what I have found to be the most overpowered defensive tactic, and I think we can all agree on it. You know, everyone just gets back. AI blocks are OP. AI defending is OP in general, so you know, we do what we need to get the wins. Like I said, full width is what I will always stick to, no matter what, alright guys? Like I said, if you're defending or attacking, the width, it's just what you're comfortable with, alright? Now, the depth is on 3, so it is slightly less, because we are just trying to be a bit more passive. Obviously, I may have gone to 2, but 3 was where I found, with the narrow, was a nice balance. Obviously, you do whatever you need to do. Now, the long ball tactic, a tactic that I've loved on this game for a very long time. I've been telling you guys about it since I started playing this game. Long ball is really great if you're parking the bus because you need to, for whatever reason. I'm not going to judge anyone, and you want to play a long over the top through balls or long through balls in general. It really works with players that have really high attacking positioning, because they've got the know-how to make the runs, because through balls and making runs are so assisted this year. So long ball is really great for that. So I've got R9 and Pele, and it works an absolute treat, guys. All right, I score so many goals just counter-attacking people going all-out attack because of the long ball. So please make sure, if you have an ultra defensive tactic, chuck on the long ball. Just give it a go for me, all right, boys? Now, the width is on 4. Obviously, before it was on 2 because we were trying to attack, but this one we're trying to be a bit more defensive. So I've got the width actually slightly higher, just so it will balance out the team and just make it a bit more of a set kind of block in the middle. So that's why we're on 4 width. 4 players in the box because we're not trying to get forward. I would be tempted to go to 3, but you know, 4 just because the counter attacks on the long ball. That's all. And then corners and free kicks are both on 1. Now, both of the strikers are still on getting behind to, like I said, to abuse that long ball tactic, but they are both on comeback on defence because we want them to get back and help defend the goal. The cam is on comeback on defence as well. We just, like I said, we're just trying to get everyone back. Just defend, basically, you know, hold the fucking door, as they say in, was it Game of Thrones? Now, the wide centre mid tactics are still the same, stay but while attacking and cover wing, because we're still trying to counteract those 5-3-2 wide centre mids. So that is why they are still on that. And then the CDM is still on drop between defenders and cover centre, because it will still drop back into that 5 back. So that'll work really well. And then both of the fullbacks, the only difference is they are both on stay but while attacking instead of join the attack, because we're trying to defend. Well, listen guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything I can improve on the videos, please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, drop it a like. Turn the notification bell on if you want to know when I'll upload next. And like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Alright boys, peace.